Samsung's Galaxy Note Pro 12.2 marks an exciting first stab at the oversized business tablet, and it's an impressive device, mostly down to that unsurprisingly brilliant screen, ability to run multiple windows, S Pen accessory and day-long battery life, which means this could very well be the oversized slate you never realised you needed. So we've already established that it's big, but it's slim too at 7.9mm, but at 750 grams, it's a bit too heavy to hold one-handed. Its design screams Samsung, with metal look sides and a plastic faux leather back, which feels just as nicely textured as the Note 3's. The capacitive buttons make it tricky to use in portrait mode though, which we'd only recommend using if needed. Now, with nearly 50% more screen real estate than the Galaxy Note 10.1, the Note Pro's 2560 by 1600 pixel screen is impressive, but text on icons, web pages and ebooks don't look as sharp as they do on its 10-inch sibling. The Note Pro also has excellent contrast for web pages and word processing, complete with good viewing angles, which is nice considering this is a tablet big enough for two. It's just as eye-searingly bright as other Samsung tabs as well, plus its Smart Stay tech will keep the screen on in use, completely bypassing the need to reach up or down to the power or home buttons. Now, it's a big tablet, so we expected a big screen experience. Disappointingly, there aren't two pull-downs for notifications like with stock Android, but mostly Samsung gets things spot on. But the Note Pro's killer feature has got to be multi-window. Being able to run up to 4 windows at once makes the Note Pro a fluid, multitasking machine. The apps are mostly from Samsung and Google, and you can't seem to mute individual windows, but it's the fastest multi-window experience yet. It's running Android 4.4, so there are home screens with grids of apps and widgets, but the extended magazine UX means 2 default screens can be populated with big tiles of email, Twitter, calendar, TV and news updates, which all look pretty gorgeous on the big screen. And in an attempt to woo business users, there are apps like the pre-installed Handcom, which lets you open and edit Office documents, while the My Files app lets you view what's on the device and drag and drop folders, just like on a PC or Mac. With XWeb for conferencing, Business Week, the excellent S-Planner calendar app and a micro SD slot for up to 64 gig of storage, you're looking at a pretty tidy setup. Then there's the S Pen, which works just as well as on the Note 10.1 and Note 3, with the same features too. Some even make more sense on the bigger screen, like Pen Window, which works incredibly well on a screen this size. Samsung's multi-window feature really shows off the Note Pro's power, which in this particular model is an Exynos 5 octa processor with 1.9 and 1.3 GHz quad-core chipsets backed up by 3 GB of RAM. And with dual-band Wi-Fi, downloads are fast, browsing is smooth, and though it's a tricky size for gaming, it handles intensive titles just fine. In fact, the only lag we encountered was a bit of stutter around the UI, namely slow home screen rotations and stuttering widgets. And at just over 9 hours and 30 minutes of video streaming in our HD rundown test with half brightness and Wi-Fi on, it lasts just as long as an iPad Air and hours longer than most laptops. It also hangs on to its last 5% pretty admirably. Now, we don't really recommend taking pics with the Note Pro for obvious reasons, but if you must, it matches the S3's 8-megapixel snapper, which means clear, detailed and punchy images. It shoots 1080p video too, while the 2-megapixel front-facer makes for bright and colourful Skype calls. So there's no denying that this is a hard-working tab, but the Note Pro 12.2 isn't quite the ultimate on-the-go device. Yeah, it's great for multitasking, viewing documents, conferencing and catching up with news, but not so great for long stretches of reading, gaming, typing and using in impromptu situations. At £650, it's expensive too, but with a lighter body, zippier interface, more Note Pro compatible apps and accessories, and you could be looking at the ultimate go-to business tablet.